No. No. Wake up. Wake up, Numbly. It's time for more dungeons. Ah! Who is that? What's going on? You still have 11 ARR level 50 dungeons to go, Numbly. It's time to get to work. Okay. Here are the rules, I guess. Tell them the rules. I am. Give me a second. Do it now. Okay. So it's the same rules as always. You got 6 points for each boss, 3 points for design, 3 points for mechanics, 1 point for music. I did substitute in some of the music this time because the level 50 dungeons using that same generic crap track is awesome. But I prefer the last boss theme, so that's been switched out this week. Trash, worth 1 point. Layout and design, worth 1 point. Overall, worth 1 point. Out of 10, let's get into the dungeons. Okay, first up we have Halatali Hard. We are back in the theme of hard mode dungeons that are not very good. So, Halatali Hard. So, as you can see, we're back in the arena area. It's kind of just stones and weapons laying around, and not that greatly inspired. The music is kind of bland and slow. I'm playing the music throughout the whole dungeon, but yeah. So something interesting about this dungeon environmentally is you'll see those like mace heads slamming the floor. Well, if you put monsters underneath that mace head, not only will it do damage to them, but it will also give them vulnerability up, which means you can kill them even faster. So you might as well put your trash under the maces so that your DPS can kill it faster. Anyways, this is the first boss. It's Pirakmon. I should put into perspective, I have not done this dungeon in at least 2 years when I recorded this, so there's going to be some I don't know what's going on stuff. I saw a clickable thing after this, so I hit it. And it was pretty damn early, so I guess we get kind of lucky that the buff stays on long enough that this big swing gets absorbed by the shield. Fortunately. But yeah, all he does is regular Cyclops moves. Other than that, he's got a swing. He's got that 100 thing. By the way, that door before, it wouldn't open unless you killed all of the mammoths. So that's another somewhat interesting thing about this dungeon, is that you move through different areas and there's different types of enemies that you're supposed to kill within those areas. The tank and the DPS go running off in the wrong direction, so I'm like super confused. The healer's just like, guys, you're going the wrong way, and then immediately pulls. Fine with me, but the trash in this dungeon is not good. So as you saw in the other area, you get like a decent pull at the beginning, and you kind of want to put them under the maces, but from this point out, trash is just really bad. It's like spaced out, they drip feed enemies to you like you're seeing here, and eventually you just kill Toramas or cats one at a time. You get here, and it's like, oh look, it's more beast enemies. So you kill the beast enemies, and then there's bears and peists, and it's like, what is the theme here? Like a coliseum? Is that what's supposed to be happening? But it's not even a good pull. And then the gate comes up, and there's 3 birds in here, and like 3 or 4 birds and that's it. Like, I've said this 100 times, don't give me like 2 or 3 pieces of trash and then a wall, and then 2 or 3 pieces of trash and then a wall. Give me like 15 enemies. They can all be doing small damage. I just want to see my AoE going off and crushing a whole bunch of monsters at the same time. This is the second boss. This is the Ketobel Pass or something like that. I haven't done this fight in 2 years at least, so I completely forget that Demon Eye petrifies you. So perfectly in the wrong. Our Jataras cleave each other, but I survived, so never punished. But basically, all you're supposed to do is click the eyes on the pedestals around the outside. And now we're back with more really bad trash. You fight 3 enemies there, you fight 2 enemies here, and then I think the next room also only has 3 enemies. And it's not good. It's not good. Like, nobody wants to fight 3 or 4 monsters. That people want to fight like 7 to 12 all the time. This is the first boss. You start off with a trash fight with some like warrior dudes that have some AoEs, and eventually this tiny Lalafell comes out with a big mana core, which is Narasimha. It used to be an an NM in Final Fantasy XI that dropped like hair that you could craft into something or other. Anyways, one of them will drop a thing that will pin people in place, and then you have to click it to get people free, and then yeah, you're just freeing people so that nobody gets hit by multiple AoEs. That's basically it. This is Halatali hard mode. It's not a good dungeon. So yeah, the first boss looks cool, and I mean, it's got some stuff going on with like the mammoth, so it's fine. Second boss, it looks interesting, and it's got mechanics, click on stuff. I don't like mechanics where you have to pull off the boss, but I'm still gonna give him a 4 because he's interesting. Final boss is like a big manticore thing. I'm not gonna count the trash before that because like it's meh, but the mechanics are not like non-existent. There's like 1 pin mechanic and a circle AoE, and that's it. Layout and design, it's not interesting. It's another stone building with like weapons. It's all the same color. It's boring. Overall fun. When I get Halatali hard mode, I'm just like, alright, I guess I'm here, let's go. But yeah, music is kind of generic. Trash is bad, and at 3.9 out of 10. Next dungeon, please. Okay. This is Brayflox hard mode, and you're probably hearing music that you're not used to hearing in here. This is the music for the last boss, because Brayflox is one of those dungeons that just uses the generic hard mode music, and I didn't feel like listening to that. And when you hear this boss music, it actually goes legit pretty hard. This music is really good, and they just use it for like one goblin fight and like 1 samurai quest later on. And it's like, whatever, man. Music is good. I'm using this music. So yeah, trash is pretty good in here. You can pull and pull. This is the area I was talking about before, where it's like I needed a key to get through the gate. I thought that was on the normal mode, but no, it's on hard mode. Anyways, this is the first boss. It's just a big goblin. He summons a couple of ads, but like that's about it. He summons an ad that tethers to somebody. And there's a couple like cross AoEs, and I think he throws a bomb with a cross AoE at the end, but like I don't know, that bomb baited to me. I was just gonna dash back anyways. This is the most dangerous part of the fight right there, and all it is just step out and you're fine. Next trash pack, But yeah, this is one of those dungeons that you're going to be like intimately familiar with if you try to do like ARR Zeta weapons, because this is one of those dungeons that gets brilliant light like a lot, like pretty often. So yeah, this is just a room filled with some raptors and some goblins. And it's one of those rooms that you just have to pull all the trash before you can get through to the next area. But all of the trash packs are kind of optional, but you need, like, the order that you pull them. This tank could have probably pulled all of them. After you kill them all, you have to wait for Brayflox to come on over and open the sneak way. Then you get through, you crawl on your hands and knees through to the next boss, which is a Magitech Van Gob. I don't think this is an interesting monster at all. It's just a regular Magitech Vanguard, but I don't know. How is it even goblin-y? It doesn't look goblin-y at all. It just looks like a regular Vanguard with like maybe a different mask on the front. Oh no, there's not even a mask on the front. It's just a robot. Boring. And the mechanics are nothing. He drops tools on the side that are blue, and then eventually, if they catch fire or something like that, they do more damage. I don't know, it's a trash boss. You continue your way down here, which is kind of like the original Brayflox. There's even this, there's this like, oh, this is why this thing doesn't get a higher score in trash, because there's only 3 pieces of trash in front of this gate, and it's boring. And as you see the Torama on the left, that cat is there, or like there's a coral there at least in the original Brayflox as well. And I don't know, I don't know why they put it in there again. It's maybe like spice or homage to the first one, but there's nothing behind it. There's no treasure chest or anything. At least I don't think there is. Alright, this is the last boss. This is the Gob Machine G4. I can read Roman numerals. Don't at me. This thing is annoying. I don't know if they changed it since the last time I did it. I remember this thing being a lot, like being able to kill it in like 2 of these rotations. Maybe it's because I LB'd too early. But, yeah, he just does this thing where he summons a couple of adds and then skirts around the outside of the arena. And if you go outside, he'll hit you and it'll do damage. And then he drops all these bombs on the floor that all do AoEs. So you just kind of, like, circle AoE everything out of the arena so that he can give you and your party a safe spot in the middle. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. This is the music that is actually for this boss, by the way. It only plays when you fight this boss. I just wanted to play it the whole time. I didn't know this was a thing until it happened when I did this dungeon. I guess I hadn't seen this phase like ever. But yeah, he likes to drive through the middle and he drops a big bomb, and now he's gonna do it again. Drive through the middle, gonna hit the healer. Bonk. Not supposed to do this that many times, but like I cut some of them out, but he did that like the bomb AoE thing 4 times in that fight for us. Anyways, first boss, boring, no mechanics. Second boss is super boring and even less mechanics. Final boss, the Gobwalker looks cool, but the mechanics wise is very boring. It's just kill an ad and stay in the middle and don't get bombed. Layout and design, the place is kind of pretty. It's just Brayflox Longstop again though. At least this time there are proper bosses in here, but they're not even good proper bosses. Overall fun. Brayflox Longstop is not a dungeon that most people look forward to, and I respect that. However, the music in this place is absolutely like S-rank top tier. It's so good. Like, listen to it. So good. Trash is a 7. It would get higher, but there's that one gate where there's only like 3 monsters in front of it and you need a key. Anyways, 4.2 out of 10. Alright. Hullbreaker Isle. Hullbreaker Isle. Hullbreaker Isle. I want to tell you, I don't like this dungeon. I don't like the hard mode either. However, my score in the end might surprise you. Anyways, you're in the jungle. I like this party. This is a good party. We got a bunny ninja. We got me on fucking Viper, and we got a Lalafell healer, and we got a big chonky Rogadin tank. I love this kind of like everybody's playing their races roles kind of thing. So yeah, you get this nice big line of trash out here. There are these traps on the floor that you keep seeing. This tank's doing an excellent job though. He only goes in when he has his buff that recovers his HP from AoEing. You can see the healer gets caught in the bear trap, and basically what that does is it will yank you back if you go too close to it, pin you in the middle, do damage to you, and put a bleed on you. So stepping in those traps is really annoying. Anyways, this tank gets absolutely blown up by Final Sting, which is kind of funny. It sucks because he's doing such a great job, but he's a good sport about it. Nobody says anything, and I think that's kind of the best way to do it when someone dies by accident or by something they can't control. You just don't bring attention to it and just keep going. Like this situation was handled perfectly. So the tank tries to keep going, but the boss is at the end of the bridge and won't let you pass until you kill all the trash. But once you do, he runs back. There's also monkeys in this dungeon, which I kind of hate. Like, not this gorilla, but like the little Opos that throw rocks at you. I hate those things, because they're so hard to group up for AoE. Anyways, this is the Sasquatch. He's a big monkey, big gorilla boy. He summons Opos, and then he'll pound on his chest until someone drops a banana from the banana tree. Problem is, this is really hard to coordinate with people, and often people will just keep dropping bananas on the floor, and each time he eats a banana, he gets a damage up stack. So you really only need one person to do this, and this is typically, in my opinion, should be done by the healer or by a ranged DPS. Either way, he still goes down pretty quickly. It's a pretty easy boss. Looks decent enough. I think he actually becomes a mount later on too. I think he comes from the Ufidi horn or something like that. Anyways, you go into a cave now, and this cave is somewhat annoying. People were like, I guess the devs were like, oh, you don't want to open our mimic chests in the lost city of Amdapor? Well, guess what? Now you have to open the mimic chests because we're putting keys inside of them. So you basically have to open all these chests, because when you kill them, as I said, they drop keys. Well, they're not like actually keys, they're like stone tablets, as you can see. And then you put them in stone pedestals and it opens the door and lets you go through. You do this 2 more times. Both times you have to click chests that turn into mimics. It's kind of repetitive. What can you do, right? The trash pulls are decent. I like that there's like running water in the background and that you run through the water as you're moving from trash pack to trash pack. I think that's a really interesting layout, but at the same time, you're still just in a cave, and I hate when they just put you in a cave. Like, make the cave interesting at least. This is the second boss. He's like a water sandworm. His name is Stewworm? I don't fucking know, man. He goes underground, puts these bubbles up. He'll move across the ground like the sandworms in Cutter's Cry, only it's water now. He drops these big circles, which are easy to dodge, but I think they're interesting at least because I don't think there's been very many situations where staggered AoEs have been dropped yet. Anyways, he goes underground. This is the first time they teach you before ARF ARF is the Aetherochemical Research Facility. It's later on. But this is the first time they teach you before ARF that there might be something around the arena that you have to get sucked in by to to be saved from a mechanic that's going off, and I think it's a good mechanic. I think it teaches you something. All right, the boss is easy either way, but it teaches you something. Anyways, this part you fall. I tried to be slick by whatever Viper dashing to the tank as I fell, but the tank was behind me, so I didn't do anything. This is the only problem with the trash that I have. There's 2 trash gates here. Also, when you come here, go right, don't go left. If you go right, you fight the same amount of monsters, only you get a chest as well, and that chest has the Naughty Nanka minion in it. And that is a minion that most people don't have because most people go left. I don't think it's worth anything, but, you know, collections. And it's nice to get somebody a minion if they don't have it. Anyways, this is the last boss. It's a Kraken, but it's trash, right? This fight is actually garbage. It's cool looking. You can see the Kraken's head in the background, and these tentacles are poking up. But it's a trash fight, right? You aren't fighting a boss right now. You're fighting trash. So these things are so weak that even a DPS can go to their own island and clear tentacles. And what you want to do is you want to just stay on each island and kill 2 tentacles, then move to the next island. And eventually you get these arms. They grab you. They throw you around. They also throw ink, which will inflict blindness. And there's another thing that happens where somebody will get picked with a green diamond, and you just need to go drop that green diamond on another island. You'll see it right there. It's like a little green meteor. But yeah, it's annoying. It's a bad fight. I really wish people would just understand to do the 2 tentacles per island before moving on, before causing chaos. Anyways, I go back for the chest because it's in the open, right? And as you can see, you get the Naughty Nanka minion. The dungeon, I thought I hated it, but it's actually, like, fine, it seems. It seems like it's fine. First boss is the monkey. The monkey looks cool. You got ads, you got damage stack up, you got all that stuff, fine mechanics. Second boss is the water worm. Looks cool, got some stuff it teaches you. Final boss, you know, big Kraken, looks cool. No mechanics though. Music is fine, it's very baseline. Trash is fine, it's very baseline. Dungeon layout, again, it's fine, it's very baseline. Overall fun. You don't really want to do Hullbreaker Isle when you get it, but, you know, it's not the worst. Anyways, a 4.4 out of 10. That's a lot more than I thought it would be. Okay, Tam-Tara hard mode. And surprisingly, apparently this music is different from the normal mode. I don't hear it. It sounds the exact same to me. The dungeon looks the exact same to me too. I don't know what their obsession is with, like, oh, it's the hard mode, so now the dungeon is red. Like, they did this with Hockey Manor as well, and it's like, it's not visually appealing at all. Trash wise, it's pretty decent. They let you keep pulling these big trash things into these areas where you would have had the demons before, but now you just have monsters that tether to one bigger demon, and when that bigger demon dies, it automatically sends off the light, so you don't have to click it. So that's nice. Quality of life, at least. And you have to do this twice, and then it will let the door open, and you get to the first boss. The first boss. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a tactic in this fight that will make this fight easy for everybody. The healer going friggin' crazy, okay? The tank holds the boss here, alright? Everybody else, stand where I'm standing. I don't care if you're a machinist, I don't care if you're a black mage, I don't care if you're a white mage, you stand where I'm standing. Everybody stands on the boss's butt, and then you just let everything happen. you ignore the mechanics. So what you're supposed to do, this is going to be a decent Benny, at least. So he saves my life even if he's doing the mechanic wrong. That big purple circle is arrow shots, and those arrow shots kill the ads. Alright? And if you kill the ads normally, they explode and do a whole bunch of damage. If the arrows come down and kill the ads, they do no damage. So just stack behind the boss, okay? Now you're at this area where the trash is... it's okay. It's not terrible. You keep opening these coffins, and ghosts come out, and then you do that like 3 times, and then you move on to this. This is the second boss. So the interesting thing about this dungeon is you're kind of following Edda and her party after they like wiped in Tam-Tara or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the story. Look it up on YouTube. It's an interesting story. I know that. The only mechanic for this fight is don't get hit by circles and don't let the orbs get to the middle. So healers should be soaking orbs. Ranged DPS should be soaking orbs. Melee DPS just stay on the boss. Tanks should try and absorb the big balls. Take the big balls to the face. You can see that the healer took the big ball to the face by themselves and they were fine. So, like, you can really soak it with anybody. Just don't let the power get to the middle, because that's how the boss gains more damage. Ugh, my foot's falling asleep. Anyways, we get to more trash. More trash. It's alright, alright, alright. Perfect, wonderful, great. So yeah, you got these little light balls going around. If you go near them, they get an AoE, they do damage. You kill all the enemies. This Pisco demon, piss demon, he spawns. When you kill him, the 2 orbs on the side go up, give you access to the last boss. Perfect, wonderful, great. Actually, you have to kill all the trash, apparently. Oh, whatever. You get the same animation of the bridge coming up from the original Tam-Tara. Yeah. And then you fight this thing. This is the minion, or the mount that you can buy from Deep Dungeon with Gilmore and Potshirts. It's the same as the second fight, really. Just don't let the ads get to the middle, because they will empower, I think it's Edda in the middle, I could be wrong. Basically, this is a trash fight, again, where, you know, your melee just beat the boss, and then the ranged and the healer take care of the ads. If you are a melee, you can definitely pull off the boss and spend a GCD or 2 on killing one of these grooms if they're close by and you're not going to lose a GCD. You know, help them out a little bit, but don't be like running around the whole arena wasting time. Just stay on the boss unless people are getting overrun, and chances are you won't. Get it down low, LB, and all of these goblins, or these demons spawn again, throw a whole bunch of AoEs. Kind of interesting, but easily dodged. Just don't stand in the orange, as usual. This dungeon is not good. First boss, it's just a human NPC with a bow, and nobody knows how to do it, so it's annoying. Well, now you know. Just stand behind the boss, okay? Second boss, it's just a Doulahan, a small Doulahan, and don't let the orbs in. Not interesting. Final boss, you know, at least the head thing flapping around is kind of cool, and you got Edda there, I think, so it's interesting. And you know, you got mechanics. You absorb the thing, you don't get hit by the lines. It's whatever. Layout and design, again, it's just Tam-Tara with a red glow. It's not interesting at all. And then finally, overall fun. Overall fun is like a 5. I don't hate getting this place. Music is the same as regular Tam-Tara, though. Boring. Trash is a 7. It's not offensive in any way. Basically, if a dungeon has decent trash, like it's not too offensive, I'll just give it a 7 and be done with it because it's fine. Either way, 3.5 out of 10. I was not expecting to hate this dungeon more than Stone Vigil, but it's worse than Stone Vigil apparently. Okay, bye. Okay. Stone Vigil hard. What can I say? I don't like this dungeon. It's mostly because of the second boss, but we'll get there when we get there. As you can see, it's the same problem as you had with the first Stone Vigil. It's just white and gray and stone. It's not interesting. The trash is all right. I think you're able to pull like pretty far without getting gated in. Yeah, you get this nice big trash pack out here. There's a little bit of like AoE problems here. I don't know why I took so much damage, but I did. And then there's this part right here where it's like 3 pieces of trash and that's it. And you can't go forward because there's 3 pieces of trash. Anyways, this is the first boss. This is Gory Niche or whatever. He's the same boss as the original Stone Vigil. He runs to an area and he casts Swinge, and that's it. The arena's a bit bigger, so you have to kind of chase him if you don't want to get hit by Swinge, but basically the same fight. Okay, well, there is one difference, alright? These ads, when you kill them, they shoot an AoE, and then they will tether to the boss and give them a haste bonus and a damage bonus. But you kill this thing so quickly that, like, that didn't do any. I don't even know what that AoE does, to be honest. It did nothing to me, and I sat in it. So yeah, this is fun. This is you get ambushed by dragons, small dragons, and it's a nice little AoE pack. But then you come to this area where once again it's like 3 or 4 monsters, and if this is where you see the NPCs. They start channeling a spell, and if they finish it, they turn into a worm, and they reset their HP. This is the only remnant left of the cannon mechanic from Stone Vigil. You click these Bertha cannons, they shoot the blue dragon, so it stops coming at you, and then when you shoot the blue dragon, you get the mini ads, and then you do that 3 times, and you move on. This is the fight that I hate. So this fight has Diamondback for Blue Mage, which is basically a required spell to do any kind of Blue Mage content as a party. The boss looks cool. He's like a big metallic turtle, and he's got 2 mechanics. One, you push the shoot cannon button at it. 2, it puts up a shield, and if it has its shield up, it's Diamondback, and you shoot it, it reflects back at you. And the 3rd mechanic is a big AoE, and you shoot your second button at it to stun it. One of the other duties that you kind of have in this fight is they summon dragon ads, and you want to kill them. As you see, I got unlucky there, and I deflected a shot, and he came right at me. As you can see, I am off the cannon and blown away and still taking damage. It thinks I'm still on the cannon even though I've been knocked back. So that needs to be fixed. But yeah, this fight is garbage. This fight is trash. They were cooking with this, and what came out was sludge. Bad fight, bad fight, bad fight, bad fight. Make it something else. Remove it from the annals of history. You come to another big trash pull here. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Pretty good. Decent. Yeah. You get a key, you go through the door, and you get to the final boss here, which is Giro Vegan Anus. Alright, we got a Geo Vegan Anus. This boss is annoying for multiple reasons. One, it cannot be aggro controlled by a tank. It just runs around and uses skills, and if you get hit by it, it's your own fault, because the tank cannot control it. It's got 4 attacks, basically. It lifts its tail and it swings behind it. It lifts its claw and it swings in front of it. It lowers its shoulder and it dashes forward. Or it puts its arms up and it breathes a fireball. That's it. That's it. It has 4 mechanics. They just happen randomly. GG. Game over. This dungeon is so experimental and none of it lands. So first boss, oh god, I don't even remember what it was. It was the same, it was Gorinich. It doesn't look interesting, doesn't have any mechanics. Second boss, the big turtle is cool. It's a big, cool turtle. Mechanics are 0 because that fight is terrible. Final boss, you know, they look interesting, but they do 4 things and that's it. 4 things, that's it. Layout and design, I hate the Stone Vigil aesthetic. Overall fun. If I get Stone Vigil, I'm gonna do the dungeon. I'm not gonna like it at all. I'm gonna be miserable the whole dungeon. Music is kind of fine. Trash is fine. 3.8 out of 10. Okay. The editing for those 5 dungeons is finally done. Hopefully the level checker will be happy. There are still 6 dungeons left in ARR only. I will take you so that I can make sure that you get them done. What do you mean? I did the 5 dungeons for the week. I'm free to go, right? Like and subscribe for the final 6 ARR dungeons next week. Goodbye. See you next week.